My name is David. This is my brother Ray, and we are.
Preachers from the bleachers.
That's right. We're here. We do this show once a week, typically, mostly. And we're here on YouTube. You can see us, or you can check us out at anchor.fm/preachers for the bleachers. And that propagates out to Spotify.
Spotify.
And, so you can check us out there. Please, if you got any comments, let us know, and we'll check out your comments and respond. Or if you have anything that you'd like us to talk about, because we'll talk about anything. Like I said, please let us know. We'll take that up. And so we're moving on. So today we're going to talk about the Major League Baseball in Miami Marlins. Some stuff going on there. NBA is back tomorrow. NFL, you got lots of folks opting out. And as always, you're going to have our "You Suck" segment, and I think we should make this definitely a weekly thing. Is the all about the Benjamins?
All about the Benjamins for every week. Okay.
Definitely.
I mean, we trying to, it works for me. It
Right.
works. We could do that. We could do that.
All right. All right. So here we go. We're moving to the hot hand, and today that is Major League Baseball. So Miami Marlins, they had what 3 games canceled? They're canceled through Sunday. Are they canceled or are they postponed? What are they going to do?
This postponed, but I think that they changing the name
Of
to
the
the
Marlins?
yeah. It's gonna be
To
to the Miami COVID.
so at last I heard there were 15 positive tests between.
Just got another one yesterday.
Oh my
Was
lord!
that yesterday or today? So
Yeah.
between players and personnel,
So
I think they're up to 18.
I don't know what's going on there, but you know why Miami's a hot spot. So
Miami is the hot spot. So apparently they
in
not
more ways than one.
in more ways than one. But it looks less. I mean, Miami's Florida. I mean, it is what it is. Especially in the Florida. I think you told me the Fort Lauderdale, Miami areas
Yeah.
where most of when they talk about Florida, it's really mostly
Yeah.
Miami and Fort Lauderdale. So apparently, them brothers ain't been staying home.
Yeah.
Like I mean, like that. No matter how you slice it, you got 14, 15 players and 2 people, involved with the organization. And we ain't got, one on this team, one on that team. You know what I mean? So apparently they didn't stay home. They out there on the beach with everybody else doing their thing.
I guess so. They're going to have to hit their training squad pretty hard for some fill-in players. So, but I don't know what's going to happen if they actually they postpone these games and then they don't get to play them again before the 60 games
We
is
got,
up.
we got to embrace. I heard a guy. I want to claim this came from my head, but I heard a dude on ESPN say this, and it's true. You got to embrace chaos, brother. Just got
That's
to
funny.
embrace.
That's funny you say that because you said, this is the week for my predictions in baseball, and the only I got one prediction for baseball this year, and that is chaos.
Chaos.
That's exact word.
Embrace it.
Chaos.
So it's very likely that somebody's gonna play 60,
Yeah,
somebody's gonna play 55,
that's what I was
somebody's
thinking.
gonna play 50. It is what it
We're
is.
thinking
You know,
we're right here, man.
it,
And
it,
so what do you do when the playoffs come and this team played 60 and that team played 54 and the win percentage is a little bit better for the guys that played 54 than
it is.
60?
Listen, you still have an opportunity to win games.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, if this was junior college football or little league football, is it college football? Win them all.
Yeah.
That's where we at. If
But
you win them all, then you don't have that problem.
but Major League
So,
Baseball has to tell me if you got a better win percentage and you only play 54 games or if you play 60 games and you're like just below them in second place, who goes to the playoffs?
well, here's the deal, Dave. So I made all these little baseball predictions last week.
Yeah.
Guess what they did?
What?
They added playoff teams. So
Oh,
I think they're putting in 16.
yeah.
So
I would have expected them to do that. And
well,
I like that idea.
they did that before
Yeah.
before we're going to have an unbalanced schedule. But now that you adding more teams to the playoffs, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's
I
cool.
like it. I always like more teams in the playoffs. Like I said when we were talking about the basketball stuff earlier, let let a bunch of the other teams play a play-in game and then get to the playoff teams.
Playoffs mean something.
Yes.
And that's all. I mean, like, I have no idea what I'm watching when I'm watching hockey. I mean, I might have a little bit of idea, right? But I watch playoff hockey like like I'm a like you can feel the intensity even on this side of the screen. You don't even have to be, and if you're in the building for some playoffs is just different, man. It just means something. They play harder, the intensity is greater. So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. If you get more playoff teams, that means I'm gonna see more people playing, but really playing. Like they care more.
Playing
And
harder, yeah.
that's what really matters to us is we love people that play hard. You could take try hard teams are we got love for.
Yes,
You
we
know what I
do.
mean?
Even
You,
if they're not the best
you
teams,
ain't gotta be the best
because
team.
they put in the effort.
You go out there and give me what you got and you lose, I might not even watch the other team in the next round.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
because they
and
don't play hard.
that's what I love about this 60 game season is everybody
It's
better
a win.
play their ass off. That's right.
Yeah.
So here we go. All right. So I'm loving that. But yeah, that's my one prediction for the season is chaos. I can't tell you who's going to finish the season. Man, there's three major pitchers are out right now, right? Sammy Kershaw, Justin Verlander, and I forget the name of the third one. Huber or Hober. I don't know his name.
Kluber for the
Kluber.
Rangers.
There you go.
You messed up Sammy Kerr. Who's Sammy Kershaw, bro?
He's at the Dodgers.
It's
Isn't it? Is
cool.
that him?
I messed up names last week. I
I'm
couldn't
sorry,
think
man.
of it. But let's just Clayton Kershaw.
Clayton Kershaw. Who is
You do
Sammy
know he's
Kershaw?
from Dallas, right?
Sammy Kershaw? Yeah, I know he's from Dallas, actually. Yeah, because he's friends with the quarterback from the Detroit Lions.
Also from they played on the same
Yeah,
squad.
right. So yeah, they hung out together as kids. Yeah, so I
Just,
know that. You're right.
just as a side note, the coach that coached Clayton Kershaw in baseball, he gave my son a few pointers about
Nice.
right before he, got out of high school.
I think Sammy Kershaw is a country and western singer. So I apologize.
Yeah, a little country and western in you today. Was you
But
listen?
man, I love all kinds of different music,
I
man.
know bumping Garth Brooks today or something.
I was not. I was not. But
Right?
just Sammy Kershaw came into my head instead of Clayton. My bad. So three major pitchers are out. So and it looks like there's going to be some injuries to pitchers and stuff like that. And they're saying, well, we only had 3 weeks to ramp up to. I'm like, man, you
Yeah.
have been off since April. If you can't keep in shape through that time and throw, man, get a bucket of balls and throw at your back fence. Don't give me the excuse about we only had 3 freaking weeks to ramp up.
Got no excuses. Remember what I said 3, 4, 5 shows ago? We gonna see who professional, who ain't.
Who's in shape?
So whoever that was, that said we only had no, brother. You had 3 months. You didn't have 3 weeks. You had 3 months.
Yeah. So I think that's ridiculous that guys come in and they're not prepared right now. So especially pitchers, man, you don't have to have somebody hitting
You
your
ain't,
balls so you can make that play at second base or
you
any of that
ain't even got to be in the best shape to be a pitcher, Bartolo
Yeah.
Colon. I was
Yeah.
just saying, you just go out there and wing that thing.
Fernando Valenzuela.
You ain't got, CC Sabathia. That's my boy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
All right.
CC. I got love for you, but you
He's a big
ain't
guy.
you ain't got to be in no best of shape. Your arm need to be right. And all you need to go out there and do is throw some balls.
So it looks
the
yeah.
whole time they was out, they could have been throwing balls.
So it looks like, we talked about this before, who's got the advantage right now, the hitters or the pitchers. And it looks like to me, we said pitchers, and it looks like now it's going to be hitters. Just because the pitchers don't look like they're in shape. Some of them don't look like they're in shape. Like,
It
with
looks
their arm
even
shape.
to me though, because I
Does
thought
it?
we'd have more home runs in them first 3 or 4 games. And then, I mean, Scherzer came out, played the Yankees, struck out 10, and gave up. He still lost.
Yeah.
How you strike out 10 people and then lose 4-1 because you gave up 1 home run and then. But first of all, what the Yankees did in that game, man, I was highly impressed, and I hope we get to see more of this. Is they put baseball back in baseball. Baseball had turned into let's just hit the ball deep. Let's
Yeah.
get to the parking lot. Now, I mean, and then we talk about the Yankees. That's what they do is hit the long bomb, right? No, No, the reason why Scherzer lost 4-1 is they had one home run in the game. Yankees out there hitting and running. My man was bunting. He had a bunt single. Like
Yes.
he didn't even plan it to go that far. He hit it and it went almost to second, but he was black. Can't think of the cat name right now. But I was like, that's it right there, ball game.
And we talked about this before, man, of them putting, the real the strategy and stuff back in the game.
Put the baseball back in the baseball.
I love it. I love it. So, man, I was going to say something else about that, and I forgot what it was. I got sidetracked on the bit. Oh, that somebody complained this week. Somebody was whining about the guy on second base at in the 10th inning. So, like, if you go into
somebody
extra innings, somebody didn't like it, and they're like, "Oh, no, well, it gives me a chance to lose," and they're already I'm like, dude, you know what? Win it in regulation.
Win it in regulation.
If you are so worried about that, don't give up that extra hit.
So that was a player or a fan?
It was a pitcher or a coach or somebody.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was, but they were just
did
like,
not know the rules though.
Well, they know the rules. They just said they didn't like it because it can cost them games.
It's games, bro. We can't be out here having.
You can't play 15-inning games. Yeah,
can't play 15-inning games. That's just ridiculous. Because then now the issue is going to be the Players Association going, hey, they're going to say, hey, something should have been done. We could have done better because now we got players playing back-to-back 15-inning games, and then they got to turn around, catch a flight, go to another city.
You're right.
12 hours to get back to the field.
So, I think the guy was complaining about that, in where there's going to be minuscule differences in win percentage and stuff like that. That one bunt that they flub.
But you're still playing by the same rules.
That's right. Everybody's playing by the same
The rule is still the same. Like the other team and you, both of y'all will get an opportunity to get a man on second. So
keep it out of the game. Win in regulation.
Play the 27 outs, man. Why don't get 28? Get 27.
That's right. So another cool thing is that you and I have been talking about here on the show is that Black Americans buying into sports franchises. And what happened this week? Pat Mahomes bought into the Royals.
That's a hell of a blue chip stock he just bought.
I know. But I think it's awesome. I mean, he said he was a kid. Like when he was a kid, he was in the clubhouse a lot, right? Because his dad was a player. So I think that's awesome. I mean, I can't imagine how much of the team that Pat Mahomes actually bought because he got a $500 million contract, but he doesn't have $500 million.
He doesn't have $5 million, right?
So,
but you got to figure he can still get a loan on it.
Probably,
if need be.
Yeah. But so I think that's awesome. I think that's a start, and I think that's
it's my money, and I want it now. He just called JG Wentworth, get a loan
because he need cash now.
Cash now. I'll buy the Royals.
So,
it sets up the perfect opportunity
for other folks to buy in.
No, for Mahomes to go out and throw an inning or two. You know what I mean? Deion played both. I know we talking about a quarterback, but I mean the arm is sick. His daddy was a pitcher. I'm just saying, if the Kansas City Royals made it to the World Series, he could literally throw 5 touchdowns and then come in and close out for the Royals.
The Chiefs are going to say, no, you can't do that. There's got to be something in this contract.
I'm sure they wouldn't, but I mean, $500 million say he can't. However, this ain't going to be something Patrick Mahomes go. You know what I mean? It's got to be somebody from the Royals begging somebody from the Chiefs. It can't be They can't even go to Patrick Mahomes first.
They might do it as an exhibition kind of thing in spring training or something like that.
But definitely spring training. You can go. Yeah. I mean, they let country western singers and rap stars go to spring training. So yeah, I mean,
they let Michael Jordan. Why wouldn't they let Pat Mahomes?
Blasphemy.
I'm just kidding, man.
Blasphemy. Michael was good at that baseball.
He was actually wasn't bad, yeah. He was getting better about the time he decided to come back and play basketball too.
Not to get sidetracked. If he'd have chose baseball, he'd have been a pretty good baseball player. I don't think he'd have been Babe Ruth. Because that's what he's equivalent to in basketball. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't think he would have been Babe Ruth, but I thought he would have been, an average to slightly above average or slightly below average baseball player if he had chose to go that route. But
so I look forward to Pat Mahomes and more Black Americans being involved in ownership in sports. I think that's awesome, and I hope that's going to bring.
It's a lot of money, bro.
It is.
It's
It
a
is a lot of money. But you guys. I mean, there's guys that can buy in small chunks, like Patrick Mahomes, like right now, and there's not a whole
like
lot of folks.
like Michael
Any,
Jordan. I mean,
yeah,
Mike didn't buy the whole team,
he
and he
did
still
not.
doesn't own all of the broadcasts. He just owns controlling interest, and
Yeah,
that's just good business. You know what I mean? You ain't got to take all that loss.
yeah.
You know?
Risk somebody else's money
Yeah,
too.
let's risk
Yeah,
somebody else's money. I mean, ultimately, some of those guys are so rich anyway. You know, if they make money, that's a new problem. But sometimes they invest in stuff. And, if I lose money, then I can write this off.
well,
You know?
it just well, man, think of the marketing opportunities for the Royals and Pat Mahomes too. I mean, would you go? Would you buy a ticket to go to Pat Mahomes bobblehead night where you got Pat Mahomes in a Kansas City
Absolutely,
Royals uniform? I,
absolutely,
I would. That,
absolutely. I mean,
that's kind of
Kansas
cool.
City is a good sports town, but it's
Yes,
not
it
a
is.
great sports town. If
Yeah,
you can't be great when you let the basketball team run out and go to Sacramento. So
yeah. Well, I want when it happens, I want my Pat Mahomes bobblehead
you
in a
won't be the
Kansas
only
City.
one. It's gonna be a collector's items, dude.
It is.
It is.
All right. So next, moving on, NBA. NBA starts tomorrow. Can I get an amen?
That's why I got my amen. All praise 824 Mamba. That's why I got my man Kobe over my shoulder because
Who was
I'm
that?
just that's Kobe, right? Don't act funny. Don't act funny. While you playing, they thinking about changing the logo to Kobe. It was a
Why
little
would why would they change it to Kobe and not Mike?
well, I'm glad you brought that up. Mighty glad
Because
you
because
brought that up.
Mike owns his own logo.
Mike already got logos everywhere. As a matter of fact, Mike's logo is now on the jerseys right now. Not
Yeah,
just his, not just the Charlotte team.
yeah,
In this restart,
yeah,
Michael Jordan logo will be on some of the jerseys,
yeah.
on
That's
other
awesome.
people's jerseys. So
Yeah.
Mike doing good. And I'm be honest with you, I love Kobe. I don't know if he should be the logo though.
Yeah.
I mean, I really love because not because I don't think he should be the logo, it's because he doesn't have nothing that's
No signature shot.
no
No.
signature. I mean, like it could be one of many pictures, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then you'd be like, "Well, is that Kobe?" Like it could
Yeah.
have been a couple other people that've been the same dude. Like we know when we see Michael Jordan, arms stretched out, legs
Oh yeah.
open, we know exactly where it's from. That's Air Jordan. That's the dunk basketball competition. That's the free throw. Like we know it. That's you. We don't have no define. Like Kareem would even be better because the
The
sky hook
sky
is
hook. Yeah.
defined. You would know. Oh, that's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. There's nothing, no one move, one particular thing that says that's Kobe.
Yeah. Very few players
Dirk.
have.
I ain't even a Dirk fan.
Dirk
But
has one.
that shot,
Yeah.
that one flamingo leg shot, whatever, it's noticeable. You would know that was
If you see just a silhouette of that, you know who that is.
you know who that is. And
And
there's no silhouette that defines Kobe Bryant. So
yeah.
I'm gonna say no to the Kobe Bryant logo, even though there's a little
A
small
movement.
movement, small movement.
Yeah. So Zion is back. So he cleared quarantine. He's coming in, but he's a game time decision tomorrow. So I don't know why it's a game time decision. Maybe they don't feel like he's in shape or something. I don't know. But I'm
You're
like,
19. You define game time. You're a gamer. You're
yeah,
19 going out there.
yeah, right. I don't think it's on him because if it's him, he's like, hey, I'm playing. But the coaches or staff or somebody says
Yeah,
maybe,
that don't
maybe
make
not.
no sense at all.
Is AD going to play? He got poked in the eye. I didn't know. I
Man,
didn't know.
AD picked out his afro while we talking about Kareem. AD picked out his afro.
I
He
have
put
not
the
seen it.
goggles on. He out,
Really?
yeah, he out there looking like Kareem. So I'm saying yes to AD. I ain't got no official word, but I'm saying AD will be out there tomorrow.
So does he have a sky hook? I mean, don't show up looking like a Reem if you don't have a sky hook.
No skyhook, but with them goggles and the afro, he done picked out his hair. Maybe that was just for yesterday's practice or whatever, but I was like, oh snap. A little
Yeah.
flash. It just kind of just like I'm looking at the picture. I was like, did Kareem like have a son? I mean, like it was a good look. Just to, it was a modern day Kareem. Is what I'm trying to say. I was like,
Yeah.
but it was cool. So once I saw it, it was probably more cool because that made me feel like he was gonna play.
Right. So next, we talked about the Clippers last week and how they might have some trouble. And now Lou Williams is out for 10 days in quarantine after what did he do? He
He went to
went
get
to
some
a
chicken
strip club.
wings.
I
It was
know.
chicken wings. It was chicken wings.
It was chicken wings at a
But
strip club.
but
Now, apparently, the food at this place is really good.
that's what I keep hearing. Like I keep
That's
watching all these athletes. Uncle Shannon Sharp. He was like,
yeah.
hey, I'm serious. Like they was like, it's a bunch of athletes coming out talking about, well, the food is really good.
I said,
Still a bad look.
have it delivered. Have it delivered. That's all. Yeah,
He ain't,
Uber Eats will go there. I'm sure.
he ain't even have to have it delivered. Just you listen. You don't have to have those wings. You
Yeah.
got you third. Listen, Lou Williams, 33 years old, bro.
Stupid.
You 33 years old. You have to know how this gonna look.
Yeah.
All right. And then there's people out there saying, well, the man should be able to go. First of all, you should have as a this is difficult for me as a black man to say you should have took your butt there and back and and to have people say what you should have, could have, would have done, right?
Yeah.
That's difficult for me as a black man. But I'm saying under the current circumstances with your job.
Yeah.
Right? Under his current circumstances, they're playing in a bubble. If Lou Williams, like I mean, like this my personal feeling. If they wanted to go to the Magic City and they was playing the Atlanta Hawks, and they was out there playing, and he wanted to go at halftime and get some chicken wings at Magic City, I would have less problem with that than I do with this. Just because you're in a bubble.
Yeah.
It's a pandemic. What you did put other people at risk. You putting the NBA season at risk. You put your team's chances to win a championship at risk.
Yeah.
If this was any other time, I'd be like, man, let that man get them chicken wings at the Magic City. Not right now, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
I
even sure. I guess this is my thing. I'm not even sure if he should have even got chicken wings at the damn Wingstop. Even though I know you got to eat, I'm you're putting too much at risk. It's not
yeah.
just you. I'm like, at this point, you should probably have everything. You want to have the least amount of contact with people as possible.
Yeah.
So unless the club was closed, but from the picture I saw, there was some people in there. I ain't see no tig old biddies or nothing, but the picture was people in there. So obviously, I guess the entertainers are not allowed to work right now during the COVID-19 pandemic situation. However, I guess there was people that still coming there to eat along with Lou Williams. So there
I
were
don't.
people
Well,
there.
I think if that were the case, somebody would have said, "Look, there are no entertainers on stage or anything like that." I bet there probably are. You just can't get near them. They're up there on stage, but they're like 20 feet away from you.
That ain't the same.
It ain't the same. But I'll
It's
bet
just a
that
bad look. Like
I
I
bet that
mean,
if nobody was there, they wouldn't be making
Magic
such an
City
issue
might
about it.
make the situation look worse, but I'm saying if he was just in a wing stop and there's more than two people in there, you probably should leave. You should probably say, call out. You got money, Lou. You got money. You could have pulled. He could have pulled up to Magic City and say, hey man, can you bring them wings out to me, man? I got to put another 50 on it.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. It's the
Take
Magic
out and drive through, bro.
Magic City, just makes it sensationalizes it.
Yeah.
However, I probably would have had an issue. Like I don't even think they should be going in no doggone Walmart
Yeah.
or not. Just you're putting too many people at risk. You out there acting like the Miami Marlins, like
And South
just
Beach.
doing whatever the hell you want to do. Don't even
Yeah.
care about nobody else. I
So
hate wearing my mask. I do it because I'm trying to be a good citizen. Like I hate it, but I
yeah,
do it for everybody else.
let's be responsible for each other, man. Let's not just
Lou, that's a bad look, Lou. It's a bad.
So I mean, I don't. The Clippers aren't in any danger of missing the playoffs or anything like that. But he's out for 10 days, so that's probably what, 6 games. The way we're going right now, maybe 5 games.
Maybe 5
I don't know
games.
what it is, but it's an 8-game warm up and it's the playoffs. But they're not going to miss the playoffs. But they're
Warm up,
already out.
warm up is over because the real thing start tomorrow, and they
Yeah,
start with the Lakers.
that's true. Yeah, you're right. I'm
It's a
sorry.
bad look, Lou.
Yeah,
It ain't like you was finna start with the Orlando Magic.
yeah. That's an easy win.
All right?
So, all right. So next,
You can't run off the NBA and don't say nothing about Bobo.
I'm not finished with the NBA. I was just going to the next line.
My bad.
Coach Thibodeau, is that what you're talking about?
No, Bobo.
Bobo the clown?
Bobo.
Oh, Bowl.
God damn,
There's an L. I'm sorry, there's an L on the end of those Bobos.
Bobo. That's what I said.
All right.
He got to
Well, let
get
me.
a name. That ain't gonna work.
Yeah, I'm with you. Well, okay, we'll talk about Bobo and then we'll go to Tibbs.
We'll
So
call
go
him
ahead.
Newt's boy.
Yeah, I like him, man. I liked him when he was coming out of college, and he didn't play a whole lot, but
You did?
yeah.
I didn't see it.
I don't know how good he's going to be in the NBA, but I liked him as a college player. I thought he was okay.
What did you see in college? I thought he played 2 games.
He didn't play a whole lot, but he was a good shooter. I mean, he had some tape, like people put their and one tapes together and all that kind of stuff. He had some tape.
I didn't see it. This was shocking to me.
And I wasn't. Well, how many did he score? What did he do? 28, something like that.
In the first game, 16, 10, and 6 blocks.
Okay, yeah.
But it's easy for us to say, well, he's 7'2" and he got a 7'9". He should get blocks. How many Rudy Gobert get? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He on that level, but you see what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of people that is 7'2" and don't get blocks. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to put it all on. Well, he's 7'2" and he got long reach. When I saw the highlights of him blocking jumpers, you know what I mean? 3-point jumpers. He took 2 steps. He was playing 2 steps, stretch out, and first of all, I got to give him props for a guy that ain't played a lot of college basketball. To realize this is stuff you teach little kids. I don't understand why pros don't know this. He's off to the right. The dude shoots with the right hand. He didn't go toward him straight up. He went at him at an angle and just reached for the shot. And I'm like, so it ain't like his daddy was around. I don't even know if you know. His dad was
he died.
Passed while he was still a little bitty boy. So I don't know
I remember that.
Where he learned, who taught him how to play.
Well, he was the son of Manute Bol, man. So I'm sure he had some ends with some, NBA play. And Charles Barkley loved Manute Bol, man. So maybe.
I remember when the draft happened, Shaq said something about who would you start your team with? And they was Zion Williamson and Ja Morant. And he said Bowl. And everybody laughed. Shaq looked like Nostradamus right now. But Shaq also had the inside track. Manute and his son played together.
Yeah.
They, on either an AAU team or just with practice. So he knew that the dude had that in his game. But you know how I am. But listen, I say all the time, if you 6'10", 6'11", you need to get your booty on that block and score down low. My biggest knock against one of your favorite players, Dirk Nowitzki, is I ain't telling you not to shoot the 3, but also take advantage of that you are 7'2". And that's what I most like about Bobo. He get points down low and on the outside. I love it. And
he's a good shooter.
Good shooter.
And he's a good ball handler too, man. I don't know if you see.
At 7'2", that jump shot looks better than Kevin Durant's.
This is not.
I don't think it's gonna go in as much as Kevin Durant. I'm just talking about the form on his shot. It's a pretty form to be 7'2". Usually those guys are not. They shoot it kind of funny because they're already up so high.
So this doesn't surprise me for Bobo. I kind of saw that. What I was surprised, he wasn't drafted, right?
Was drafted.
He was. Where was he drafted at?
44.
Yeah, he was way down. So,
but he was there to be drafted early.
Yeah,
he was one of those that had to go back to the green room or whatever, come back the next day.
And that's my surprise is that he actually didn't get drafted earlier. I thought he would go maybe late 20s or something like that.
Well, they only tell you to come to when they invite you.
They think if you're making the lottery.
Well, that's what the teams have told the NBA.
Yeah.
Like they said, here's my list, or however they figure that out, they go, okay, these are the guys that's more than likely going to be drafted. Ooh,
yeah.
I'm mad at my team.
I'm mad at my team too.
How we get on this Bobo 44? You might be mad at the Nuggets because you took so long to get him.
Yeah. I can't even remember who the Mavericks took. I can't even remember.
Somebody that ain't gonna play, they already shipped off.
You're right. Fire Donnie Nelson.
Watch your mouth.
That's funny. So Coach Tibbs is going to coach the Knicks, man. Do you think that's going to help them? That organization is horrible.
Let's be realistic. I think, is it going to help? And the short answer is yes. You don't hire Tom Thibodeau and you know exactly what you get.
Yeah.
Right. So you know you're getting a hard ass.
Yep.
The players are already probably out there running. like, because we know this dude ain't gonna.
We know it's coming.
Right. You got to remember that when he was with the Timberwolves, he didn't make a mistake. He loved the fact that Jimmy Butler was giving it to him. He loved it. That's who he is. That's just work hard, play hard. You might get an injury plan for me because I'm gonna run you all the way. I ain't even mad about the injuries. He put you out there and he just coached real hard. I can't be mad at him when I love people like Pat Riley. He's from that same cloth. You know what I mean? So if you on the Knicks right now, you already know what's going. The problem with the Knicks, everything starts from the top, bro. Everything starts from the top. So if
they need a new owner.
If your owner's kind of screwed up, then your team might be kind of screwed up. If President Orange is the president of your country, then your country gonna be screwed up.
Yeah.
Like that's just what everything starts at the top. So he can only do so much. They don't have to get rid of the owner. They just gotta say, hey man, just take a step back. We don't come to the game. Don't do nothing but own the team.
Yes.
That's all we need you to do.
Don't show up.
Don't show up.
Or at least sit up in a box.
Get your input out of this. Let these basketball people do what they do. Short term, you say, is it gonna help? Yes, because they're gonna always. What we talked about earlier when they first started, they're gonna try hard.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just prerequisite for doing.
Do you know what it would do for basketball to have a winning team in Madison Square Garden again? Man, people love basketball anyway, but they say, Madison Square Garden, it's the mecca, but man, but you're putting up losers all the time. And your organization is so.
And then you make bad trades.
Yes.
This might not sound. You should have never got to get rid of Carmelo. You definitely should have never drafted Frank Ntilikina or whatever. He's a good defensive player, but that's it.
Yeah.
You don't draft defensive players that high. You know what I mean? You can't even. They don't even know what they're doing. Where the hell is Dennis Smith Jr. at? You see what I'm saying?
I don't know. Yeah, and they were going back and forth between him and Frank, and I'm like, look, Dennis Smith, I wasn't on him when the Mavericks drafted him. I was like, he's the best available. Cool, I'm good with that. Whatever. And he was okay here, for a rookie or whatever. But on the Knicks, man, he ought to be scoring 22 a night, getting 8 assists, 5 rebounds. He ought to be doing that there, and he's not. So, and Frank Ntilikina should not be challenging him for minutes. So, man, I just
you can't when your most important players on the team are people that you're in New York and they're not even household names. I mean, I know them, you know them because we're basketball fans.
Right.
Robinson is really the best player on their team. When you bang for your buck, work hard. I mean, he's gonna flourish.
Yeah.
He's gonna flourish under Tim Thibodeau. He will be the next Joakim Noah with offense.
Yeah.
That's my prediction for the Knicks.
Yeah, you could Tibbs, he rewards guys that work hard, man. I mean, that's definitely true.
Definitely.
So I would love to see, I'm not a Knicks fan or anything like that. I would just, you represent basketball at the Mecca, and, the league office is there in New York, and the draft's there most of the time. And man, come on, put something together. So I think that's a good hire for the Knicks, man. I hope they do something with that, and somebody make an offer to James Dolan that he cannot refuse.
Well, he has no choice but to look at it since he's really just CEO. I mean, he has to look at it. Any serious offer, he has to look at it because he doesn't actually own the team. I mean, he, as the president of board of directors or whatever his actual official title is, he has no choice. So you're right. Anybody that makes a good offer, he has to entertain it, or he's doing a disservice to all the stockholders.
Beyonce, Jay-Z, get it together and put a group together or something.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. Right on. So that's what I got for NBA today. You got anything else for NBA?
No, so Bo.
I like it. So NFL, man, it's getting dicey already, man. Lots of players opting out. At last I heard, the Patriots had 6. Is it more than that now? I don't know.
Their whole linebacking crew is gone.
So
all I think is, whoa, Cam. Dang.
Cam, man,
help, bro, you ain't gonna have no help. But you know what?
You got your work cut out.
Putting my faith in Mr. Belichick.
That's true.
Dude, next man up is what they do in the Patriot system, always have. And I've read somewhere that the guys that wasn't there might have been. So let me explain for the people that don't know how the Patriots do this. You only really get 1 year with the Patriots when they draft you. You get a rookie year to get acclimated. You're going to play special teams. That's how it works, right? So your 4th year, because they ain't never drafted in the first round, so they only looking at 4 years. In your 2nd year, and definitely in your 3rd year, they look for you to be starting, and they don't care who's in front of you. They don't care if you got a Pro Bowler linebacker in front of you. They fully expect you to take his job. If you can't take his job, they make a decision on you. You already showed you have some talent, so they make a decision on you, ship you out somewhere else, and get more picks, and they just start all over again. If you are better than the person, that works for them, because we still get you a cheap labor, and now I don't have to pay this guy who's 28 years old and have to pay him, give him a 4 or 5 year deal, and knowing that he's not going to be with us for the last 2. So that's how they do it. So with the players that he currently picked, they were going to be pushing for starting time anyway. Some of them, most of the guys the ones on the offensive line for sure. So it's always next man up with the Patriots. It's really next man up now. Like at the highest level, Bill Belichick got to go to work.
Yeah,
but it ain't like
I wouldn't bet against him.
It ain't like he ain't never went to work before.
Right,
you know, my man was talking about. He's at the parade talking about rolling up his sleeves and let's get no days off. That's what that man said at the doggone Super Bowl parade. So Bill Belichick, I ain't gonna I still got the Patriots, man, 10-6. 10-6, winning the AFC East.
Yeah, man, I don't know about that. We'll see. You know how I feel about Cam.
Everybody else picking Buffalo though. So like, what you gonna take the black? You gonna take the black Cam Newton or the white Cam Newton? Because that's exactly who that dude is in Buffalo. He just white Cam Newton, bro. So you want to take the black one or the white one?
Buffalo hadn't won anything since Jim Kelly was there, man. It's hard to believe in Buffalo. They got that losing mentality. It's kind of like the Cowboys, man.
They looked good. They looked good last year.
They look good for a while, then they get close to the playoffs, and we're not going to make it.
They are officially, how you say, on the come, right? But sometimes you pre-ejaculate, so we're going to find out.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
Next.
They might not be ready.
So Damian Williams opted out for Kansas City. Did you hear that yet?
Yeah, I saw that.
So just is he the biggest player so far to opt out? That's what I can think of.
Dante Hightower
Dante Hightower,
the Patriots is the biggest player.
Yeah,
Eddie Goldman for the Bears opted out. That's like, all right, you was important on our defensive line, but Khalil Mack's still there. And dang it, my man came back. Who's better than you? Akeem Hicks is coming back. So we're gonna miss him, but ultimately it should hurt. It's not gonna hurt as much as losing Hightower. Yeah, he said, "No, we okay. Yeah.
So
Probably the biggest news in the NFL is Jamal Adams.
yeah, I got that next here. So you think the Jets are just kind of, wow, what are the Jets doing, man? I don't even know. I don't know what they're doing. That's why Jamal Adams probably wanted to leave. He's like, I don't know what you're doing either. I want to go somewhere else.
Jamal Adams tried to pull an Ezekiel Elliott, and it didn't work. Let's just call it what it is. But he's right. From a safety standpoint, he does have Ezekiel numbers. Like,
Yeah,
yes, I know I only been in this league 3 years, but 3 years are amazing.
yeah.
And that's
Now's the time to
exactly
get that money.
that's what Ezekiel said. I know I have 2 years left, but look what I did. I've already outplayed this contract.
Yeah,
And so you're a safety though. And safeties generally don't get paid like that in this league. So is it a good move for Seattle? Ultimately, that means Seattle think that they this close, and now we have closed the gap because
getting back to that defense they had with Sherman and all those guys.
What happened, bro? I mean, like, listen,
Legion of Boom.
the only way they could be at that level or close to that level is if they re-sign Clowney. Clowney's still out there, right? So if they can find $20 million to give Clowney, even if it's on a 1-year deal, if he'll take a 1-year deal, somebody got to sign him. I don't see him sitting out the whole year,
Yeah.
but if you have Clowney up there and Jamal Adams back there, yeah, okay, I see you, Seattle. It would make me nervous.
Yeah, their defense got better. So, man, if you're, let me ask you this. So, guys that are opting out, if you're high risk, if they determine you're high risk, you get 350,000. If they don't determine you're high risk, you get 150,000. Like everybody's scared of the virus, man. You think that's fair? You think that's that's an equitable? It's like if you opt out, you opt out. I mean, oh, we understand it more if you do this, so we'll give you more money. But I mean, everybody's afraid of COVID-19 right now. I mean, that's the big concern.
I think if you opt out under the high, to me, it's all or nothing. If they have determined you are high risk, pay them. If they determine you are not a high risk and you don't want to play, don't pay them. I don't even think they should get the 150.
Really?
If you are not at high, because that's your job. That's the
You're
job.
still at risk, though. Just because it's not high risk, it's still risk.
We're going back to last week's argument a week before. Yeah. Essential workers go to work every day for $8.50. There's a whole lot of people out there putting their life on the line for a lot less.
You are right. But whether they're high risk or low risk, they still go and get the same amount.
So I'm saying, why can't you go for your $5 million if Susie Nurse got to go for her $80,000? Man, take your butt on out there and play. Because if your job is open, you should go. Because that's how it is here in America. So, essential workers, go. If your job is open, go. If the country is open, go. If they shut the country down, then okay, no, everybody stay at home.
So you're saying, okay, so even high risk folks should get nothing if they opt out. Is that what you're saying?
What I said. I said if they consider you to be at high risk, you should get all your money.
If they opt out.
If you opt out.
But if you're not at high risk and you opt out, you get nothing. Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
Yeah, that's not equitable at all.
I don't care what you say. You asking me. That's how
okay. I'm saying I disagree with you 100%.
Your job is open and you are not at risk. Man, you better go and take your
Everybody is at risk. That's the thing, though. Everybody is at risk.
Let's see. I don't think you understand the term risk. There's risk of catching it. But if they say you high risk means, for example, what's my man's name that just had a baby? Can't think of his name. Went to UT.
Ain't no man had a baby.
I mean, whatever. Goodwin. Family had his wife had 3 miscarriages.
Marquise
they finally got a baby.
All right.
Finally. So obviously there's some complications there. He's saying, hey, I can't take, what if I go to this job and come home and get this child? Man, what's going to happen in my family if we have heartbreak number 4? You see what I'm saying? Like, we might not make it. We might not make it as a family. We might not make it as man and wife. We might not make it. This is a lot of heartbreak to deal with. And all I got to do is not go to the job. First of all Black and Hispanic people are at high risk, right? All the heavy people at high risk. Like if I'm an offensive lineman, I might tap out.
Yeah.
I might tap out.
Shit.
The
Well,
only thing,
most
the
of America is at high risk because we're all fat.
right? The one thing I will say about this for football players, unlike baseball players and unlike basketball players, you can wear gloves. I would probably almost mandate it if I was the commissioner. Everybody got to wear long sleeve. Everybody got to wear the long pants underneath your football pants.
And
They
the visored face masks.
Oh my God, have you not seen them?
Yeah.
They already designed that joint
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it's gonna cover your whole.
Yep.
I mean, be as safe if you're gonna play this game and you're gonna play, as you say, everybody's at risk. You can still play it as safe as possible. I am totally annoyed by baseball players with the game winning home run still slapping the high fives, and then
Yeah.
you got other players like they doing the fake hand.
Yeah.
So
And then you got was it the Marlins that were dogpiling each other after they win the other?
would you be shocked if it was the Marlins?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, so
It
that's
was if one team was doing it, like a extra innings or a walk-off home run or something like that. And it was a
it's
dog pile.
possible. Like, I mean, like for instance, when I go into the grocery store, you know what I mean? Obviously, they wipe the carts down. I still wipe the cart down, right? When I come out, as soon as I put my groceries in the cart, I put my hand sanitizer on.
Yeah.
Put a little bit on the steering wheel. There's nothing wrong with being as safe as possible. So I don't understand why. Like, I get it if you're at high risk, but if you're not at high risk, whether you play high risk or not risk, low risk, whatever it is, you still could be as safe as possible while doing your sport. I don't know how they go. Like basketball is confusing to me. They play it. It is very confusing to see them sitting 6 feet apart on the bench area and then go out there
Right.
and put a forearm in a
Sweating
dude's.
all over each other.
That don't make no damn sense to me.
Yeah.
Like at all. So I don't understand. By the way, they did get another round of tests, and another round of zero tests came back for COVID. So
Yeah.
whatever they doing inside the bubble is working.
Yeah.
And everybody else should be paying attention.
That's what. Yeah. Baseball doesn't have no bubble. They don't got no bubble butt, no
But
bubble gum,
they
no
should.
bubble bath,
They
no bubble
should.
gum.
They should.
So
You do a
yeah.
bubble with football?
Can you do a bubble with football?
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, if you can arrange it for NBA, why wouldn't you be able to arrange it for football? NFL makes more money than NBA, right? I mean, overall.
I think ultimately it comes down to. So, for instance, like I've lived in Dallas a long time. So, in Dallas, it can be done because you have Jerry World, you have the Star,
Yeah.
and you got at least 3 high school stadiums that are worthy enough for NFL games, right? They go to the Allen Stadium, Allen High School Stadium. I mean, because we ain't putting fans in them, but the field itself, the actual field is worthy of an NFL game.
Well, you've already proved you can put them in some of the baseball stadiums, which is, the old Globe Life Park here. They played XFL in.
Across from Jerry World.
Yeah. So
just in the Dallas area, you got one. If you count the Globe Life, that's 2.
Allen,
South Lake,
South Lake. I've been to that one.
and probably Denton.
Yeah.
You probably, I think that was the Denton Stadium I went to. Then you also have UNT North, Parrish,
SMU's there.
SMU, like just in this,
TCU.
in 100-mile radius,
Yeah.
you can damn near put the whole NFL.
Yeah.
So I know it can be done in the city of Dallas if they just say, "Hey, we all coming to Dallas," because you can play 3 games at each field every Sunday. You might have too many fields in that 100-mile radius, because in that same 100-mile radius, Baylor is there.
Baylor.
So you have Baylor, SMU, Allen, Southlake, Carroll,
UNT.
UNT. That's 5. The Star,
Jerry World.
Jerry World and the Star.
Yep.
That's 7.
Globe Life Park.
And Globe Life Park, they give you 8 stadiums. So they could bubble if they want to. Man, what? I'm so tired of doing the NFL job. Somebody call me and give me a job, damn it.
That's right. Me too. So we'll see how the NFL progresses with everybody opting out all of a sudden. So, check that out. You know what? Fantasy football is going to be fun this year because you're going to have to know something. That's why I love it when we play 14 or 16 teams, man, because the guys that win the league, you and me, are are the guys that go deep into the rosters going, okay, this guy's going to get his opportunity about, mid-November or early December. So
I'm
and
gonna give everybody a NFL running back sleeper right now, and he shouldn't be a sleeper, but people are not thinking. Dang it, I forgot his name.
so you're not going to give it
Cleveland.
Nick Chubb?
Not Nick Chubb. But Nick Chubb is not a sleeper. If you don't know who Nick Chubb is, the running back from Kansas City.
I'm just kidding.
He went from Kansas City, has set out 8 games.
Oh, because of abuse or something.
What's his face? Yes.
Why can't I think of his name?
He's the best RB2 in the league. RB2 in the league right now. Right? RB2, you got the best RB2 in the league. Like, there's no better backup in the league, period.
Yeah. That's killing me. I don't know his name right now. Oh, my gosh.
I wanted the Bears to grab him so bad since we already had the coach. I knew he had to sit out 8 games. And I'm just like, oh, this would fit so perfect. We ain't got to pay him. No, we got this sad David Montgomery mom. Anyway.
I'm going to kick myself after the show because I'm going to look him up and go, damn it, I know that name. Why didn't I remember it? All right. So
give it 20 seconds. My mind will eventually kick in and I'll be like, oh, right in the middle of the show.
Yes. Yeah, we're going to have another one of those. We had 2 of those last week. We'll have another one this week. So NCAA basketball, we got more top players committing to historically black colleges and universities, which I think that's awesome. I can't wait. I love seeing smaller schools do well. I mean, Duke is a smaller school. I know y'all don't think of them like that because they've had such a great program for such a long time. But that's where Duke came from, man. I mean, they're this tiny school. There's, back in '88 when I was looking at applying to go there, man, because Kareem Hunt. Yep, there it is. Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt is your fantasy running RB2 fantasy sleeper.
So there you go.
But yes. HBCUs getting a lot of love these days from these ESPN top 300 basketball recruits. So I left the most important part for you, man. I figured it'd be good for you to tell the world.
What, that a couple of them are white?
Couple of them are white.
Yeah.
Going to HBCUs.
I think that's awesome too, man.
That's cool.
Who was that? You remember the movie back in the day that Bruce Jenner was in? He played the white quarterback that went to Grambling.
No.
Oh, there was a movie about that. It was a true story, but
I thought you was gonna tell me about Soul Man.
Oh, Soul Man. I remember Soul Man too. I remember, listen to this. I remember watching Soul Man, and I was sitting there with my mother. We were watching it on HBO, and C. Thomas Howell had the blackface on, and he was, because he got, if y'all don't know the plot of the movie, he got a scholarship to a college by telling them he was African American, and so he had to show up being African American. So he got into his Jeep, and he was driving somewhere, and he pulled out, and this officer started following him. And I remember my mother said, he's about to find out what it's all about. And sure enough, the next 20 seconds of that movie, some woman opens her door on the side road there, and he swerves to go around her so he doesn't take her door off. And the officer pulled him over for not signaling when he changed lanes. So, my mom called it. She's like, well, I know what's going to happen here. But anyway,
just as a side note, man, how's the house coming? They building the house on your mom's house?
It is. For those of you who don't know that, last October, my mother's house was destroyed by a tornado here in Dallas. So I think we're within 30 days of them moving back in, man. So
Nice,
my
nice, nice.
stepdad's an architect, so he was able to, he knows people here and there, this contractor, that contractor. He knows all that stuff. So
So it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be
it,
better than before.
it is. They've it's still,
They
a
gonna.
2-bedroom duplex, and they got,
Mm,
but a
I
little more
know,
room.
I know, we in a pandemic, but you think they might do that Christmas party again?
They quit doing that several years ago.
I know, but now,
Did you go to
but
one of those?
yeah, brother, why you think I'm bringing up the meatballs was delicious?
Yeah. Mom used to throw a hell of a Christmas party, man. It was a lot of fun.
I mean, if
Lots.
you don't get sidetracked, man, we could talk about them Christmas meatballs all the time. Man, I'm just
the
and tell your mom make me some meatballs, man. This
food,
Christmas I'm come through
the
in
food
her
was good.
very Jewish neighborhood. We gonna come through and
Yeah.
eat some Christmas meatballs.
Yeah. So yeah, we got way sidetracked. The house is going good, and they have actually thought about having a Christmas party again, just because they moved into the new joint. So if that happens, we'll fly you in from Vegas. You can.
Absolutely, bro. Listen, I am willing to quarantine myself
Yeah.
for 20 days. So as of December 5th, I won't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Fly in on Christmas, whatever day they need me to fly in to
Yeah.
get them Christmas meatballs. Them meatballs are delicious.
Yeah. The food was always good. So HBCUs racking up on top talent in basketball. I think it's awesome. I love seeing underdogs do well. Um, Looking forward to that. So watch that movie with Bruce Jenner where he was the white guy playing
Mm,
quarterback at
it's gonna
Grambling.
be it, man. That would be hard to watch anything with Bruce Jenner in it. I'm just saying.
I know it is.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like,
Caitlyn Jenner at Grambling University quarterback.
oh, oh,
So the next thing, man, you know what? I had thought about this a few weeks ago, and I wasn't going to say anything to you, but Kentucky staffers want Rupp Arena renamed because of the racist background of
Rupp.
Adolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the last guy to get a black guy on the squad.
Yes.
And he only did it because he got whipped by the black people in the chat. They made it. Yeah, obviously they made a movie about that one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Next
So
year,
I
next
and,
year,
and
so I got to get me one of them.
yeah. So I mean, I thought about this weeks ago. I was like, all this stuff was they're pulling down the statues and they want this renamed and that renamed, and I get all that, and I'm like, why haven't they talked about renaming the floor at Kentucky? That went through my head, and sure enough, this
And
week I
then
heard,
boom.
yeah, some staffers wanting to talk. How do you feel about that? Since you're a Kentucky fan, man, you good with that? You
You, I'm good with. I don't. It could be my favorite teams.
yeah,
Chicago, all my favorite teams. Chicago Blackhawks.
yeah,
It's probably time change.
yeah,
Like so, I don't. Listen. I don't care about my allegiance to you. Right
yeah,
is right,
right,
and wrong is wrong.
yeah,
So so I hate that their history
yes,
is associated with a racist. But that was the time, and I ain't making no excuses for it. It just is what it is.
yeah,
But now is the time. Now that was the time,
yeah,
and it is what it is. It was what it was. Now it should be this time. So what's going on in this time in this era? Let's make it reflect that.
yeah.
And your basketball teams are very black. So
No kidding.
if you have to rename it the Jamal Mashburn Arena or something of that nature, name it after the first black guy that Rupp recruited. That would be a great tip of the cap. If you can still have Rupp be involved, he was good at basketball, coaching basketball, but he
Yeah,
was a racist.
yeah.
So
See,
so so to me, you know what? I might have to, write somebody and talk to him in Kentucky. I don't think there's any other name. Whoever that first black guy that Adolf Rupp said, you can play on my team, because that signifies a
that
change.
was a change. Yeah, that was a big
And
change.
and and that change is where we at now. That change is what we should be a part of right now and forever going forward. And if Adolf Rupp can change, even if it's basketball,
Yeah.
then
You know, you
then
know,
anybody can change.
I have trouble with some of this stuff, and I don't have trouble like renaming the court at all. Don't get me wrong on that. But Adolph Rupp was a great coach. He was a racist, but I don't know how we celebrate the great things he did as
On
being
the
a
court.
coach. Yeah, with the racism, and I want to celebrate him for being a great coach, and I want to chastise him for being a racist. So, and I don't know how to work out the dichotomy there. I don't know how to feel the right way about it. It's
And that's why said the first black guy he put on the team,
yeah,
because that guy gonna always be associated with Rupp.
yeah. But I
He can't not be. And
like
Lord knows what he went through.
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Ain't no
Yeah,
media, ain't no media. There, first of all, wasn't no social media, but it was no big media. It was all print back then.
yeah,
So whatever he went through, there was no when Jackie Robinson broke color lines, there was nobody to come hug this player. I don't even know his name.
yeah,
But now I gotta go find out after
yeah.
the show.
We're gonna know by next week.
But I'm probably sure he went through hell. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, oh man, I can't. I'm probably sure they said that. I'm probably sure all his whole teammates use the N word.
Yeah,
Like that. I heard an old black man say one time, "I've been called the N word so much I thought it was my name."
yeah. That's what Bill
Funny and
Cosby.
funny and sad at the same
Yeah,
time.
but Bill Cosby used to have a joke like that. Like his dad called him by his name one time, and he's like, "But Dad, my name's Jesus Christ," because he was all Jesus Christ. Won't you love all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, I mean that's yeah. I don't know how to feel about that stuff, but I guess that's going to be the way things are going forward. You're going to find out a lot about some folks and some folks that did some great things, and then you know you find out they had some really bad attitudes about some
I
things.
mean,
So
I mean, even the presidents who love slaves. I mean,
yeah,
they still had slaves.
yeah. All right. So moving on. Here we go. I got. We're going to go to the off season. I got what all about the Benjamins, man. What's we're going to do the Lakers today?
Man, yeah, we good. Let's do the Lakers.
Let's do the Lakers. Hit me up. Who you got? Give me
Ah,
your $1 bill.
$1 bill for the Lakers. I got the Showtime Lakers, the whole squad.
The whole squad.
Might be the whole like 3 years of squads. Showtime Lakers, because I mean, without getting real deep, Showtime. It's Showtime, brother. Like, I mean, they brought show to the basketball. My man Magic
Yeah.
with the no look,
Yeah.
man. Come on, dog. So I got the dollar bill, Showtime Lakers.
All right.
Now you know the Lakers is very difficult, so it's gonna already get controversial at the $5 bill.
All right.
Shaq.
Oh.
Let me tell you why Shaq is so low.
Oh. I wouldn't have him on there at all, man. He's a mercenary.
And that's how the Lakers family look at it. You ain't unless you started day one with the Lakers, you're a mercenary. But it's hard to I can't not acknowledge those rings. The rings that he won is hard not to acknowledge. That's the only reason why he down there at 5. Right?
Okay.
He did almost make the list. Number at the $10 bill, same reason. I can't change nothing. Every reason I said for Shaq applies to Kareem, a mercenary. You are a Milwaukee Buck. That's where you
Did, did, did,
started.
did he get traded or did he
He
come and be
won a
free agent?
title with the Bucks, bro.
Did he get traded to LA? That's what I'm asking. Or was he a free agent coming to LA?
I don't remember, but it doesn't
Makes a difference
it. Why Shaq got traded?
to the Lakers.
He was traded.
All right.
He was traded. Like he was traded. But that's why I say all the same reasons for Shaq apply to Kareem, but no, even though he won a title there, he still won more titles. He
And
still got
he
more late
retired there.
rings, and he retired. And it's you just when you think of Kareem, you think of Lakers.
Yeah.
People have to remind you that he was a Milwaukee Buck. But
There's
I mean,
lake
he was
there's lakes in Milwaukee.
a few.
Yeah.
Come down to Chicago and get in Lake Michigan. And then number 20 could have easily been one, Dr. Bus. Ain't no Showtime Lakers. ain't no Lakers. They might be back in Minnesota if it wasn't for Dr. Buss. If Dr. Buss is not, and let me say this, Dr. Buss is quite the ladies' man.
Yeah.
If you don't know, he liked them young, liked them pretty, right?
If you got that cash, getting
And
those
you
young and pretty
in,
ladies is not
in,
very
in
hard.
in LA, right? So I
Yeah.
mean, like everything about the Showtime Lakers kind of fit the personality of Dr. Buss. Might have, I mean, he had money and he was smart, but I mean, he was Showtime himself. And then at 50, like I say, man, this whole list is controversial. It's hard. I could take almost everybody out, or at least two or three out, and put in some other people. That's why I was cheating with the Showtime Lakers because I can't say I could not get James Worthy, AC Green. You know what I mean? Uh, 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 uh. Man, shoot the jumper like that. Jamal, what they shoot the
Sam
crazy
Perkins?
jumper? Oh, Jamal Wilkins.
Oh, Wilkins.
Jamal Will, all them cats. That's why I cheated on number one with the Showtime. Like put all them cats in there, but at the 50, I put Magic.
Okay.
Put Magic, man. I put Magic, and Magic is Magic. I ain't gotta say nothing else. And the only reason Kobe is at the $100 bill is because of Magic. Because Magic said so.
Yeah.
If Magic had never said the words "Kobe is the greatest Laker," then they would be flip flop. So if the guy in my mind was who is the greatest Laker of all time says it's this guy, then I'm gonna respect his wishes and make it be that guy. So I put Kobe at the $100 bill.
Yeah, but you know that's all like all these players like, well, I can't say I'm the greatest because then I
But
sound like a jerk. But so I'm gonna say that guy was the greatest.
it is what it is. And it ain't
And
like he said this after Kobe died. He said this
right.
while the man was still
Well,
living.
that's true.
Man
And
was still playing the game when he said this. So I'm not gonna argue with
yeah,
Magic because I mean I have as far as his basketball on the court skills, I can't, you know what I mean? And then the other reason I had to bump him just a little bit is because of what he did this season. You walked out. You walked out on the Lakers. You still a Laker. You still gonna be part of the Laker family. We still gonna have Laker love for you. But you walked out.
yeah.
You walked out. So that bumps you down just a little bit.
If he'd have played a little longer, he would have, probably been up there too. I mean, you
Probably,
can't go higher than that, really. But yeah.
I mean,
All right. So let me give you mine. So this is all about value to the franchise. Who has brought the value to the franchise, right? So at the $1 bill, I got Phil Jackson, coach 5 championships.
yeah.
So I mean, you brought that championship pedigree with you when you came, and so he had Kobe and Shaq when he won 5 championships. Oh, well, some of them anyway for Shaq. But then at the $5 bill, I got Kareem. He's one of those guys that could be the logo with the skyhook. So like you were saying, he had long career. Most of it was with the Lakers. He retired with the Lakers. Um, Kareem at the 5. So at the 10, I got Magic. So for all the same reasons you said. At the 20, I got Kobe. So I know you got him higher, but let me tell you my top two then. At the 50, I got Dr. Buss because Dr. Buss is the Lakers, man. I mean, it's about the value. It's not necessarily about the best player. And on the $100 bill, this is way outside the box.
You did not go Will Chamberlain.
I did not go Will Chamberlain.
Okay.
At the $100 bill,
Laker girls?
nope.
Paul Abdul?
Nope.
Jack Nicholson.
Though I do like me some Paul Abdul. Don't get me wrong. I went Hollywood, California.
What?
Los Angeles, California. I went location, location, location. Number one rule in real estate. They got Los Angeles. You got all these big stars coming to your games all the time, which makes people want to go there because they can watch basketball and see Jack Nicholson or who's the kid? Leo, what's his face? Leonardo DiCaprio. The what?
Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio, like all kinds of stars show up for the game. Chris Rock is there. Whoever you want to see, all these big stars there.
I see. I see it. I see your thought process.
And that brings tons of value. I mean, the championships and the winning and the great players, also lots of value. But
Let
the
me
Lakers,
let me
go ahead.
just allow me to go and hit you with this Mike Tyson uppercut.
Okay.
It didn't do a damn thing for the Clippers.
Yeah, I see. You know what? I knew you were going to say that. And let me say that to this. The Clippers did not start in Los Angeles. They
True that,
came,
but location. You still said location.
yep,
They are in Los Angeles though.
they are, but they came late to the party when everybody else had already chosen their team. Come on, you can't come to LA when the Lakers are already there doing Showtime and all this other stuff and say, "Hey, we're going to be, no, it's not the same." They got Billy Crystal, which don't
The
get me
Raiders,
wrong, I
the
like Billy
Raiders,
Crystal.
the Raiders came late to LA and they still LA. Of course, now they Vegas. We scrapping all that history now that they
Yeah,
in Vegas.
the Raiders are mercenaries too, man.
But I'm just saying, when they made the move from Oakland to LA, there's still more people that recognize them as Los Angeles Raiders than they do anything else.
I agree with that.
So that's why I'm saying the location thing, they moved and the location worked for them, but the Clippers moved and it didn't work for them.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's a lot about the franchise too. Location is the big
that's
thing, and
why I
and
don't have
let
an argument with you on Dr. Bus. That's why I said he
yeah,
on the list because he was in the location scene, if you will, right?
yes,
He in Los Angeles with the girls, with the ladies, with the money,
with the
popping.
stars
The man invented popping bottles. Yo,
in the ice.
that's what I'm saying.
All right,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, that's a good list, man. I don't have no arguments. I can't argue.
right on.
You know.
All right, moving on. We got you suck, man. You got something for you suck?
No, you suck for me today, man. I spent a lot on Ray's reminiscing today.
Okay, I got a you suck. I don't have much for Dave's dialogue, but for you suck, we're going with an old favorite. Microsoft, you suck. So get
Again,
so get this, man. I haven't told you this yet. So I had to get this new software on my computer. It's called Microsoft Project. It's project management software. I'm moving at work and doing some more things, and so it's project management stuff at work. So our IT guy does his thing, and he loads Microsoft Project. So the next day I come in, all of my Microsoft Office applications are gone. I don't have Excel or Word or Outlook or whatever. So I say, hey man, they're all gone. So what does he do? He reloads Microsoft Office. So what happens when he reloads Microsoft Office?
don't say it.
Microsoft Project is gone. So I say, hey, Microsoft Project is gone. So he reloads Microsoft Project. It takes off Microsoft
They
Office.
want you to have all these Microsoft products, but you can't have them at the same time.
This this went from last Thursday until today, this morning when I got here, everything was on there. So like 3 or 4 times, I'm not kidding, 3 or 4 times, he loaded one software and then unloaded the other. And then he loaded that one back on and unloaded it. So what the hell? That is so stupid. Microsoft, you suck.
You suck. Damn. Damn,
So
Microsoft.
there we have it. All right. Give me some Ray's rumination, man. Talk to me.
For Ray's reminiscence, I got Kyrie Irving.
All right.
I get Kyrie some just a little bit of poking with a sharp stick. I said stick, but he just a weird dude to me. But it's wanting to start the whole league and not playing, even though he couldn't play in the restart. I just wanted to give him some love because he has done some good things here recently. Um, he gave $1.5 million to the WNBA players who opted out to play. Um, First of all, the WNBA $215,000 is the highest paid. So that 1.5 is gonna work real good for people who opt out and not gonna get their check. If you the 12th man and you decide not to play, what are you making? If the best player making 212, what are you making? 75,000.
Yeah, what's
So
league minimum? I don't know.
I don't know what the league minimum is, but if 1.5 can play for quite a few league minimums, but I don't know how they're gonna distribute that money. But for a guy that's always talking, to me, always talking, he was doing some stuff. So the 1.5, props to him. Other stuff he did just here recently, people may not know. He produced a TV show calling for justice for Breonna Taylor. People don't know that. He donated 50,000 to get COVID-19 masks. He donated $323,000 and 250 meals to a New York City to help with the pandemic. Donated another 200,000 Beyond Burgers to New York City Food Bank. So Kyrie out there doing big things, man. Like, you know, if you're gonna be a little strange, this is how you do it. So for Ray's Rumination, that's what I got. Shout out to Kyrie for doing it big.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I agree with you. So passing the money around, helping folks out. I like it. So I don't have anything for Dave's dialogue. I just want a shout out. I talked to y'all last week about my little background here in the mountains in Italy. So my friend Paola over there in northern Italy, and Paola, one of my favorite people in the world. And so she travels a lot, or she used to before she's in Milan. So, Milan was one of the hardest hit places early on with COVID. But so she travels a lot for personal and business. And so she's got a lot of these pictures. So if she sends me some more of these pictures, I emailed back and forth with her today. If she sends me some more of these pictures, I'm going to do each week from a different location in the world. So I feel like I'm traveling again myself. I'm here in Italy once again today in the
I
mountains.
think I think you should tell her, Dave, right now on the podcast.
I'm good, bro. Thank you very much, Paola. Thank you for the pictures. So
Right on.
all right. Anyway, that's all we got for today. I enjoyed this chat today, man. Hope you
Right on.
did.
I'm finna hit the gym, baby. Work on these guns, man. Ooh, that nigga trying to get swole up in here. I'm trying to get swole.
Swole.
So I'm finna hit the gym. And
I'm
then I'm gonna come home and make some damn gumbo. So
I,
whatever.
I'm finna hit some chocolate pudding snack pack.
All right, right on. 90 calories or less on your
That's
snack.
right. It's sugar free, so definitely.
Mm.
All right, man. We'll check you later.
All right, peace.